Hello, Algebra 1 students. This is Mr. Salas coming back to you with the study guide. We're going to be working on problem number 4. It says, the data below was gathered at the college by asking 16 students at what age did they first get their first job. Here's the list. So that means we have one student getting their first job at 14, at 11, another one at 14, then 14 again, and another 15, and so on, right? It says create a box plot for this situation. So we're going to create a box plot. So class, I have a question. Does a box plot look like this? Does a box plot look like that? No, right? That is a dot plot. So make sure that you make a box plot. A box plot should look something like this. I'm not saying that this is correct, but this is how a box plot should look. Okay, that's how a box plot should look. So for us to make a box plot, we need to have a 5-number summary. So the 5-number summary consists of the minimum, or the min for short, Q1 or quartile 1, the median or MED or med, whatever you want to call it, Q3 or quartile 3, and the maximum or the max for short. So I'll be kind enough and I'll give you the minimum. The minimum is 11 and the maximum is 23. So go ahead, pause the video. I'll give you 5 seconds to pause the video. And while you're pausing the video, or while you have the video paused, you're going to be looking for Q1, the median, and Q3. Obviously, you're going to find the median first, because to find Q3 and Q1, you need to know what the median is. So you're looking for the median first. So hopefully you've paused the video and you're looking for those. I'm waiting. Did you pause the video? All right, let's see. We're gonna go ahead and go over the list of numbers and find our median. So if I have an 11, I cross out the 23, 14, 22, 14 again, then I cross out the 19, 15, 18, 16, 18, 16, 18, 17, 17, and whoops, I'm left with 2 17s. So since I have 2 17s, technically, since I have two numbers, I have to add them together. 17 plus 17 is equal to 34. And then eventually I have to divide by 2. So 34 divided by 2 is equal to 17. So right, we stay with 17. So if the two numbers are the same, then the median will be 17. So that means since we are between these two numbers, since we are between these two 17s, that means my data is going to be split in half this way. So let me go ahead and erase this. Let me erase this. If I'm going too fast, let me know by pausing the video and then just rewinding and rewatching certain segments. So obviously you can let me know. But just pause the video, rewind it, and then watch it again. Or you can even slow me down in the settings. So let me change my marker ink. So from this 11 to this 17, that will give me Q1. And then from, whoops, I think I chose the wrong color. Here we go. From this 17 to this 23 will give me Q3. Okay? So let's go ahead. Our median, we know that it is 17. So let's go ahead. Let's cross out the 17, cross out 11, cross out the 17, cross out 14. We keep going back and forth. Then, whoa, I have 15 and 16 as my median. 15 and 16 as my median. So what do? I add them together. 15 plus 16 is equal to 31. And then 31 divided by 2 is equal to, well, if I don't know what 31 divided by 2 is by memory, or if I don't know how to divide it in my mind, I can go ahead and go to Desmos Scientific Calculator, and you're going to put, let me clear this so that doesn't confuse you. That's from a previous problem. So I'm going to go ahead and put 31 divided by 2 and that gives me 15.5. 15.5. So my Q1 is 15.5. 15.5. Next up, I cross off the 17, I cross off 23, 17, 22, 18, 19, and then I add these two together. That's my Q3. Since they're the same, I know that when you add two numbers together that are the same and I divide by 2, I get the same number. So that means 18 plus 18, I'll just do the work on the side. 18 plus 18 is equal to 36. 36 divided by 2 is equal to 18. So my Q3 is 18. Whoops, why did I wrote 15? 18, I can do better. Right here, 18, there we go. So now I have my 5-number summary filled. I can now create my box plot. So my minimum was at 11. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw a line right here. Q1 was at 15.5. So this is 14 and this is 16. 15.5, this is 15, this red line is 15. 15.5 is right here between 15 and 16. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw a line right around there. All right, there's 15.5. The median was 17. This is 17 right here. Next up, Q3 is at 18. 18. And then my max was at 23. I'm going to go ahead and redraw this a little better. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and box this in. Hopefully you can see that my data, if I were to look at the box plot, there's my box plot I created from the 5-number summary. What type of distribution does this graph have? I'm gonna be honest with you. I would say it's sort of symmetrical, but we could argue that it is also skewed to the left. Because why? This box is a little bit bigger on the left hand side than it is. So let's see, what can I do? We're gonna go ahead and say that we're gonna say it's symmetrical just because the data is just a little bit off. So we're just gonna keep it as symmetrical. Whoops, what happened here? I had technical difficulties. Let me see. Symmetrical. Let's stick back to the problem. Symmetrical. We're gonna say it's symmetrical. And then for this data, is the mean greater than, less than, or equal to the median? How do you know? So going back to our trusty notes, if the data is symmetrical, then the mean is equal to the median. So we're gonna go ahead and say it is equal to the median. It is equal to the median because it is symmetrical. Perfect. So it is equal to the median because the data is symmetrical. And that was it for question number 4. Hopefully you were able to copy